Nightmare disorder may be the most common sleep anomaly on this list. It's fair to say that at least a few times in all of our lives we have suffered from nightmares, but some have more than others. Some people suffer with them so often that they can be categorized into a number of people who suffer with a sleep disorder. We typically have nightmares during REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. People unlucky enough to suffer with a nightmare disorder claim to more often than not have nightmares, ranging from a variety of different topics, from your usual falling dream to your more chilling ghost nightmare. Stress is probably the number one cause for nightmare disorder. Dealing with a traumatic event like a death of a loved one, moving to a new place, basically any major change in your life can cause these chronic nightmares. Another big cause is sleep deprivation. Not only can a lack of sleep cause a nightmare, but major change to your regular sleep pattern can just as easily trigger one. Many medications can cause these recurring nightmares, even prescribed antidepressants. Now, the one nightmare cause that you have probably heard about all your life is scary movies. So it may come to no surprise that things such as scary movies, books, and creepypastas can cause such horrific sleep episodes. Your best way to avoid nightmare disorder is getting plenty of regulatory scheduled sleep, a healthy diet, and maybe cut back on your scary entertainment before bed. But really, where's the fun in that? According to the American Sleep Association, exploding head syndrome, EHS, is a disorder characterized by the perception of loud noises. For example, a bomb, explosion, gunshot, or cymbal crash, when going to sleep or awakening. Contrary to the name, EHS is not associated with pain. Basically, exploding head syndrome typically occurs while a person is sleeping. A person will be blissfully unaware they are about to experience EHS until, bang, they hear this loud noise, almost like a bomb going off in their head. The sound jolts the victim from their sleep into a confused, dazed, panicked state. Some people have actually thought they heard a gunshot and called the police, only to find out it was all in their head. The scariest part about exploding head syndrome, aside from its name, is that little is known about the disorder. According to the American Sleep Association, about 10% of the population suffer from EHS, most of which are female. There are many divided theories in the scientific community on what causes exploding head syndrome. Some scientists believe that it may be caused from small temporal lobe seizures, while some others believe that stress and anxiety play a major role in EHS. Since there isn't much information on exploding head syndrome, there is little option for treatment, but some have used tricyclic antidepressants as a way of reducing EHS. It should be noted that before switching to any medication, going to your primary physician is a must. Sleep paralysis is one of, if not the scariest sleep disorder one can suffer with. Sleep paralysis is a phenomenon in which an individual, either during falling asleep or awakening, briefly experiences an inability to move, speak, or react. But being awake and being unable to move or say anything is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to sleep paralysis. The truly horrific part is the hallucinations that can occur during sleep paralysis. Many people who have suffered with sleep paralysis claim to have felt helpless as they lay in their bed, unable to move, speak, only being able to look around their area in panic as they begin to hallucinate. Many of those people have all claimed to see almost the exact same thing, a shadow-like figure or figures standing beside their bed, just watching them as they lay there. Sadly, there is no true way you can wake yourself up from sleep paralysis. Many have tried, but as hard as you fight it, you will still not awaken. The only way you can get out of it is to just simply wait it out. This disorder is nothing new, as there have been evidence of sleep paralysis lining back to the 10th century. If you are experiencing sleep paralysis or any other sleep disorder on this list, it's best if you talk to a doctor before self-diagnosing. As weird as this may sound, some people actually believe sleep paralysis is a person's mind trying to vaguely remember being abducted by aliens in the night. Many people who have suffered from it claim there was a sort of supernatural force behind it, but there is no real evidence behind those claims. The most common belief on what causes sleep paralysis is not getting enough sleep. So, if you want to lower your probability of having a sleep paralysis experience, then make sure to get plenty of rest. Though there isn't too much evidence pointing at the cause that it's just people not getting enough sleep. So the case on why it occurs is still open. Though you shouldn't worry too much since there is no evidence supporting the idea that sleep paralysis can kill you. The worst that can happen is you being utterly terrified for a night. Here is a story from Metro.com of a person suffering with sleep paralysis. So, I'm in my early 20s and I used to have mild hallucinations when waking up without the use of an alarm while being unable to move. This was years ago and it never really bothered me, but it happened this morning, which was kind of my fault. So I hung a jacket from the hood of a closet door on the way in front of me the night before, and when I woke, I saw a woman standing there with the jacket on and her back turned. Somehow, I assumed someone I knew was laying in bed beside me. I don't know who. So I was trying to yell to the person beside me. Then, slowly, the woman turns so I can see her from the side. And it was my cousin, who died last year and was just staring at the mirror on the door. At this point, I'm losing my mind, but I can't seem to yell out. Then, all of a sudden, I regain movement and end up yelling, "You see her, right? Right? What the hell is happening?" I turn, and there is just a blanket laying beside me, and when I look back, I easily make out just the jacket hanging on my closet door. I'm still freaked out. Fatal familial insomnia is a disease that's believed to be inherited and affects the victim's sleep cycle. It's basically a form of insomnia that worsens over time. Other symptoms of FFI are rapid weight loss, panic attacks, and high blood pressure. If you have ever seen the 2004 movie entitled The Machinist starring Christian Bale, then you are well aware of the effects of fatal familial insomnia. In fact, to get into the role, Bale lost a whopping 65 pounds in a very short amount of time. The actor did this by eating nothing but an apple and a can of tuna each and every day. After some time, a victim of FFI will begin to hallucinate. Many have suffered complete mental breakdowns due to these hallucinations. Soon, the body will begin to shut down, and simple things, such as normal body temperature, will become completely erratic. Another horrifying symptom of FFI is dementia. According to ALS.org, dementia is a chronic or persistent disorder of the mental processes caused by brain disease or injury and marked by memory disorders, personality changes, and impaired reasoning. The final symptom of fatal familial insomnia should be self-evident from the name itself: fatal. After some time, a person will eventually die from this disorder. Though, it's important to keep in mind that this very horrific sleep disorder is one that is very rare, so you shouldn't worry too much. Unfortunately for those who currently suffer with FFI, there is no cure or treatment to slow the disease. For people that have to live with fatal familial insomnia, it's a slow-killing, mind-warping, terrifying disorder. The disease will kill its host in about 12 to 18 months, some having described those months as nothing but pure agony. Night terrors are a sleep disorder most common in young children. According to babycenter.com, night terrors are a type of sleep disturbance. A child having a night terror may suddenly bolt upright in bed, cry, scream, moan, mumble, and thrash about with his eyes wide open without being truly awake, because he's caught in a sort of twilight zone between sleep and awake. He's unaware of your presence and isn't likely to respond to anything you say or do. Research shows that 40% of children from age 2 to 6 suffer with the night terrors. That means many of you watching this video have experienced this disorder and can testify on how frightening the ordeal can be. They believe night terrors are caused from being in an odd midpoint of sleep and consciousness, capable of lasting between several minutes to a few hours. Most of the time, when a child awakes from their strange episode, they will have no memory of the ordeal, making night terrors a difficult study. The best thing you can do for your child, if they are experiencing night terrors, is to not wake them up. If you attempt to grab and wake the child, it could cause them to go into a panic and thrash around wildly. In some cases of night terrors, children begin to sleepwalk, which can be very unsafe for a kid who's unconscious. Walking around at night, alone, during a horrific nightmare. It's best to monitor your child carefully if they are experiencing night terrors with sleepwalking. Sadly, there is no way to prevent night terrors, since there is such little information as to what causes them in the first place. But don't worry too much. Children mostly grow out of it completely by age 12.